So I actually attended a live stream the other day and watched the YouTuber Mark the Point, hosted by Ryan, and he was rolling a strategy that was very similar to the strategy that I've been playing and that I plan to take with me when I play at a live table with real money. He called the strategy the ultimate aggressor. I've seen the very same strategy, almost exactly the same, explained on Casino Quest. And I actually have seen the same strategy on Color Up that Jeremy explained. Basically, they all have the same goal, and that is to be aggressive your first or second roll, first and or second roll, and try to get 2, maybe 3 quick hits and collect enough money that you can pull your bets down, keep your chips out of risk, and then continue betting with the casino's money. Then if you hit the 7 out, you've lost the casino's money and you can go back to your strategy without a loss. So I've been playing it a lot. I'm going to try it again. Ryan calls it the ultimate aggressor, and all these strategies start with a point being established. So I'm going to go ahead and roll, try to get a point established, and then try to play this aggressive strategy to win some quick chips and get my chips off the table. Okay, so the roll is a 5. The point's a 5. The puck will move to the 5. What I do, and again, I've got $500, so I'm risking a lot of my rack right here. I think most of the other YouTubers would say whatever your initial bet is, you want to have 10 times that much. So if you're going to put $100 on the table now, you should have 1,000. But I'm going to use a different philosophy. And if you think about it this way, your chips are like your soldiers in a war. And if you have 500 soldiers and you go to battle and you only send 100 of your troops out, then the other 400 troops that are sitting back aren't really helping you win the battle. So I know a lot of you are going to say, okay, you take 1 or 2 quick hits to your rack, quick losses to your rack, and you're out of money. And I guess I can tell you what Jeremy said on his live cast. You keep a little bit of money in your pocket, but you only put enough out on the table to play your strategy and kind of leave your black chips, your $100 chips, kind of out of sight. Those are like your backup forces, if you will. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my initial bet with $25 across 2 times, $320. My goal is to get enough quick hits that I can pull that 320 back off the table and have at least $110 that I can play 25 inside. If I get lucky enough to hit a 4 and then an inside number, where I might have enough then to do 25 across for 160. So basically the first couple rolls will determine the rest of my strategy. So let's go ahead and roll. Okay, there's a 9. $50 9 pays 70. That's my first hit. Actually $72.50 on the buy bet. If I get one more inside number, I'll have enough to do 25 inside. I'll have over 110. If I get lucky enough to hit a 4 or a 10, which pays 98, I believe, then I'll have enough to play 160 across at the $25 level. So let's go ahead and try to roll a 4 or a 10. Well, it's another 9. So this is basically going to dictate my strategy. I have 145. So 145 comes down I'm sorry, my 320 comes down. I use the 145, which we're going to call casino money, to play 110 inside. Okay, and then this strategy has a couple different variations. Some people will collect and then press. Press meaning double their bet. Some will collect and power press to get the maximum bet out there. Some will take the first hits that they get, the first collects that they get, and buy the 4 and 10 to get all the numbers across. I've even tried a couple strategies where instead of looking to buy the 4 and the 10 right away, I'll throw $10 in the field because that covers the 4 and 10. That way, if I roll a lot of 11s and 12s and 2s and 3s, I'm still getting paid. So since I've got $145 of the casino's money and I've only got 110 of it out on the table, I still have $35. Let's put 10 in the field. So now I've got every number covered. I've got the 9 covered twice, and we'll play the collect and press strategy. There's a 9 that hits twice. 25 pays 35 on my buy bet, and $10 in the field pays $10. $46 is my net win on that roll. And let's go ahead and do it again. There's an 8. I win 35 on the 8, but I lose 10 in the field, so I've netted 25. So what I'm going to do is I'll take 5 out of my rack, add it to that 25, and press the 8 to 60. Okay. I'll also take another 10 out of my rack and replenish the field. And there's a 7 out. So let's take a look at our results here. So we got a couple quick hits. We took our chips down and started playing with the casino and the casino's chips. And we did hit a few, and then we hit the big 7 out and lost 150, but we're still up $66 for that shooter. So now we're going to go to shooter 2. We're going to go ahead and establish a point. The point will be a 10. The puck will move to the 10. I will highlight the $25 chip, and I will click across 2 times, and that's 320. So I am risking 320 of my rack on this roll. It's a 12. We still need a box number here. It's a 7 out. So this is where a lot of people will say, well, you've just lost over half your stack. And I agree, I have. So I don't have enough in my rack now to play the 320 strategy, but I could play the $50 inside for 220. So let's go ahead and establish another point. 7 on the pass line does not hurt me. Let's get a point. 12 is not a point. And there's an 8. Okay, so we're going to mark the 8. Again, I have $246 in my rack. So I'm kind of looking at my cheat sheet here. I've got 2 options. I can play $25 level 160 across, or I can play the $50 level inside for 220. I still have $30 left, and I can put 10 in the field because I want every roll to be a potential winner. So my 2s, my 3s, my 11s, my 12s, those are all going to hit here in the field. And if I hit a 4 or a 9, a 9, I will get 2 wins. So let's just avoid you know what, and let's go ahead and roll. Okay, there's a 4. That's a winner in the field. Now, a couple suggestions here that was made on the live feed or the live stream from the other day is when you're behind, you want to collect more than you press. I'm not at that position yet to even think about collecting or pressing, but right now, everything that I do win will be a collect. Go back into the rack, try to regain our initial $500 starting bankroll. There's a 6. $60 pays 70. Minus the $10 in the field yields a $60 win. We'll replenish the field. And there's an 11 that pays 10 in the field. There's a 12, it pays double in the field. This is the part of the strategy that kind of stings a bit, is when you're trying to come from a deficit. So I'm still down $150. So I'm not quite ready to start pressing or doing anything with my bets at this point. I need to collect a little bit more. So let's go ahead and roll. There's a 9, that hits twice. 70 on the place bet, 10 in the field for $80. So I've got 80, 20, it's 100, 170. I've got $180 back. As you can see, my net is down to a negative 71. So how aggressive do you feel? We could go ahead and put 100 out there. Now we have all of our numbers just like we had before, 320 plus 10 in the field. Let's hit this a couple times, or let's not. If I could have hit that a few times, I could have taken my money down and I could have been right back to where I started. But as it is, I'm down to $98. So it would be at this point that I may reach into my pocket and pull out a couple black chips and get me enough chips to where I can play the strategy again. Since I'm using the bubble craps, I don't have a way to add on. So I think rebuy is only in private groups and live tables, so I can't add on here. So I'm going to have to go with a $98 strategy. So I'm looking at my cheat sheet here. I could play a 96 across, $15 on every number. Let's go ahead and establish a point. And when I say my cheat sheet, I have a post-it note with the inside bets and the across bets for $5, $10, $15, $25, and $50. I would definitely recommend everyone printing that out or having it on your phone. I'm going to have it on my phone when I go to the casino, because I'm already going to be nervous playing with real money instead of play money. And I'm not going to remember, was it 96 inside or 96 across? I'm just not at that level yet that I've got it all memorized. So anyway, we have a number, we have a point, it's 8. I have $98. I'm looking at my cheat sheet. I can do 96 across, which is the $5 chip across 3 times. Leaves me with $2 in my rack. It's time for a comeback. There's a 6. Now that I have a little bit of money in my rack, I'll put $10 in the field. And there's a 10. That hits twice. $29 on the buy bet, $10 on the field, $39 total. Let's collect again. I mean, we've got a lot of ground to make up. There's an 8. We lose in the field, but we win 21 on the 8. That nets us $11. I'll take it. $11 is $11, and that was the point. The puck is off. Let's go ahead and get another point. And there's an 11, no help. We need a box number here to get a point. There's a 5. The puck's going to move to the 5. Our bets are on. I'm going to put $10 in the field. And I'm going to try to roll a couple numbers here. There's a 6. We lose the field. We win 21 on the 6. Net $11. And there's an 8. We're almost at the point where the numbers are too low to be putting money in the field, because we're winning 11 and then we're having to put 10 of that right back into the field. So let's leave the money out of the field, see if we can hit a few numbers here. Okay, there's a 6. That pays 21. So I have $117. Maybe I'll get aggressive and press on my next hit. There's a 6. So it pays 21. Why don't I go ahead and press the 6 up to 36? So we'll put another 18 on it. And let's roll. It's another 6. That pays 42. 42. I can press this up to 72. Let's roll. There's a 4. 15 pays 29. The thing I like about the 4 and the 10 is I can actually take $1 out of my rack and I can press the 4 and the 10. Whoops. Wrong button. Okay, we got that one to 30. Let's get this one to 30. Okay. And there's a 10. That pays almost $60. Let's collect that. There's a 5. Pays $21. Let's go ahead and press that to 30. Let's make sure it's off, because that was the point, and we're going to come out with a new point. Okay, the point is a 10. Let's go ahead and roll. We should collect this one. It's a 3. We're not playing the field yet, so we'll let that one go. $11. We're not playing the field yet. Maybe we should put $10 in the field. I'm not quite comfortable yet. Let's get one more press, and then I think we'll be okay. Okay, there's a 3. There's 3 field bets that we've missed. But you know, as soon as I put 10 in the field, a 6 or an 8 will hit. Okay, there's a 9. 9 pays 21. Let's see, we should collect that. So if we collect that, maybe we could just take 10 of that and put it in the field. And there's a 9. Very good. Now we have 2 hits. $21 on the 9 on the buy bet, $10 on the field bet. We'll collect it. There's a 3. That's $10 in the field. Okay, we've rolled 21 times. My superstition says a 7 should be coming any roll now. Some people would say it doesn't matter, it has no memory, just keep rolling. I'm going to pull these bets down, and I'm going to go back to $15 across, which is $96. Put some of that winnings in the rack. Let's go ahead and roll. There's a 6. 6 pays $21. Still not enough to start putting the field bet back on. So let's go ahead and roll. So we'll just collect that. 2, no help. We're not in the field yet. And there's an 8. So we collected the last one. Let's go ahead and press this one. We'll press the 8 up to 36. And let's roll. There's a winner 10. 15 pays 29. We'll collect that and the putt goes off. So we'll collect that. We'll reestablish a point. Shooter 4 is still rolling. There's a 5. The puck moves to a 5. Our bets are back on. Let's go ahead and I think we collected. Let's go ahead and press the next one. There's a 10. We're going to press this one. Again, almost $30. $29. I can throw $1 in my rack and power press. I'll press the 10 and the 4 to $30 a piece. And the next roll will be a collect. It's a 4. Perfect. That'll collect us $58. So just kind of peeking up here in the upper right, I am back in the positive. Back in the positive. So I probably just jinxed myself. We've rolled 28 times with this shooter. You want to be very ultra conservative. Let's take these down. Let's do a 66 inside. Just the inside numbers. There's a 10, no help. Why did I choose 66 inside? Because I have 110, so I'm basically playing with the casino's money now. I could play 96 across. Why don't we do that? And I'm still playing with the casino's money. Let's go ahead and roll. Again, the point's a 5. And there's the 5. We hit the point. $15 pays 21. And I think I collected that 58 on the last one. No, I pressed, yeah, I collected. So we'll go ahead and press the 5 up to 30 as soon as we establish a point. Okay, the point is not going to be a 2. Let's go ahead and try again. Okay, the point will be an 8. We'll mark the 8. Our bets are back on, and we're going to press the 5 up to 30 because that was the last win that we hit for 21. And there's the 7. Okay. So I have $518 in my rack. It was a very shaky start. We lost 320 on shooter 2 and we lost 147 on shooter 3, but shooter 4 kind of bailed us out and we squeaked out an $18 win with this strategy. So again, multiple names for it. All the YouTube channels seem to have covered it. It seems to be a very popular strategy. I'm going to show the table that I created. If you want to stop the video, take a picture of it, or do a screen capture, or create your own index card, whatever it takes to kind of keep those numbers within reach, so you can make your decisions based on how much money you want to risk or how much money you have now of the casinos that you want to play with. So that's going to do it for today. We'll go ahead and show our results, and good luck at the tables. Thanks for watching.